Well, it looks like Standard still has some things to offer in terms of new brews, and honestly, this one is absolutely bonkers. I have no idea how to describe this deck. It is basically a potential one-turn win with the Unraveler on turn 4. I mean, I'll go into it in a second, but this is like a pseudo combo deck. I guess you should call it a combo deck, but it can also win just from playing the broken spells. So basically, if you want to win immediately, you have to loot away a breach from your hand into the graveyard on the turn that you're going to cast Reenact the Crime or Beseech. And then that allows you, well, if you're casting Beseech, you have to get Reenact the Crime. So either way, Reenact the Crime is your combo piece. After you loot the breach away, you reenact the crime, which exiles target non-permanent in a graveyard that was put there from anywhere this turn. So you just put in this turn, so it works. Copy it, and you cast the copy without paying its mana cost. So you get breach on turn 4. And to enable that, you have all these looting effects. And then the goal off of the breach is to either get Atraxa in a position where you want to stabilize potentially, or if you feel like you can go for the infinite, you get the Unraveler. And the Unraveler allows you to collect evidence 10, which means you have to exile cards from your graveyard with a total CMC of 10 or more, and then you get to cast a spell from your hand for free. That means that if you have another breach, you can cast it for free. If you have an Atraxa, you can cast it for free. Or if you have another reenact, you can reenact again on the breach that was put there that turn. Essentially, you're creating an infinite loop as long as you have the right cards in hand. And off of the breach, if you manage to mill the repository Scab, you can sacrifice it through the exploit mechanic, and then it returns target instant sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. So essentially, if you cast your second breach or your second reenact, you can get the Scab from your graveyard onto the battlefield, sacrifice it, get the breach back into your hand, and then collect evidence again, cast it again. And essentially, you have an infinite loop at that point because every time you cast the breach, you're getting the Scab back. And then the Scab comes down, gets the breach again, you breach again, do it again, do it again, do it again. And eventually your opponent has 0 cards, and they lose the game when they untap. So that's the infinite loop, but this deck is also extremely powerful because you can get Atraxa on turn 4, which is insane. Some decks will just fold to you casting Atraxa on turn 4. And then you can stabilize through, one of your sweepers. You can tutor that sweeper with the Beseech Dimir, which has, I guess I didn't describe this card because I thought people would know what it does. But it's a tutor spell where you bargain and you search your library for a card and you exile it face down and shuffle. And if the spell was bargain, you get to cast that spell if it costs 4 or less. Allows you to cast Reenact the Crime, but it also allows you to cast your sweeper in Terror Tide later down the line, like maybe in the mid game, where you can -X depending on the amount of permanent cards in your graveyard, and at that point you should have at least 4, 5, 6. That's usually more than enough to sweep everything. Otherwise, you can just grab Path of Peril, and it will deal with pesky aggro decks. So there's a lot of different tools in this deck. We have the appearance of the Great Door, which I think is a card that's really cool, but probably won't see that much play outside of this deck specifically, that just loots a card at instant speed, which is really good. You can do it on your opponent's turn potentially if you want to reenact the crime on your opponent's turn. I guess, why not? Probably don't want to do that because you want to maybe go infinite with the Unraveler. You would not be able to do that on your opponent's turn. And then we have Kaito, which phases out, so it allows you to have a guaranteed way to loot on turn 4, which is really nice. We have the Collector's Vault, which you can activate on turn 3 after playing it turn 2, get a treasure, and then on your turn 4, you'll have 4 mana plus that treasure, allowing you to activate the vault again, get another treasure, have 4 mana left over, and cast the Reenact or the Besieged. You can bargain away the vault if you need to, just in case. Modern Age is also really good. It's not a creature. When it comes down, it allows you to loot on turn 3, so you don't really want to play this turn 2 unless you have to. On turn 3, enters the battlefield, draw a card, then discard, and then on your next upkeep, or on your next main phase, I don't remember what it was, but on your next turn, you do it again. So you draw and you discard on your next turn. And that means you can enable Reenact the Crime as well. And then we have Otherworldly Gaze, which allows you to quickly find these spells that are key. So the Reenact, the Breach, and maybe the Beseech as well. And some setup and find your lands. This is basically really, really important for consistency's sake. And in some situations, if you're really unlucky and you do have the Reenact, but nothing else to synergize with it, you can do turn 5 Gaze, Surveil 3, try to get lucky, put something in the graveyard from the top, and then Reenact. So that's also something that you can do. Another thing that you might notice here is that I'm playing the Dismal Backwater. You should probably, well, actually, it's not instead of that. So I would say maybe 2-2 split. So you should split Reef and Backwater to play the Surveil land. I do not own any of the Surveil land, and I'm not going to craft it just for that. But if you own the card, if you own the Surveil land, definitely play it. It makes this deck a lot better with the Surveil because you can put cards from the graveyard, from the top of your deck into the graveyard, and that's really good in this deck. So keep that in mind. If you own those lands, definitely play it. Don't follow my thing. But I do think the Dismal Backwater is a decent replacement, essentially. The life gain is nice. Other than that, this deck is kind of a one-trick kind of game plan. You're going to struggle against decks that are trying to disrupt you, but you have a lot of tools to kind of get around that. You have, obviously Duress, you have some counter magic, you have Pithing Needle for the Hearse. The Hearse is going to absolutely destroy you in some situations. So this is the only answer for that. Kind of have to play it. 3 more Path of Peril for aggro decks. It's really good to be able to stabilize on turn 3 before you try to combo off. Usually they're really fast decks like Boros. You kind of have to make them stumble a little bit. And the only way to do that is by removing everything they have, or most of the things they have, to kind of buy yourself some time. Because sometimes you won't have the combo on turn 4. They'll be on the play. You're taking too much damage, blah, blah, blah. And last but not least, we have the Jhin. Something I'm testing thanks to another player of this deck from my Twitch chat. And yeah, I think it's a good idea. It's a decent win con, as control decks kind of have to cast 2 spells and you're getting a guaranteed counter, so you're getting a guaranteed 2-for-1, and it scales extremely well off of your own spells like Duress, Negate, and actually Negate's not very good, but Duress, Negate, and Reenact or Breach, double Breach, double Beseech Dimir. There's a lot you can do with this. I think it's fine. I don't know if it's necessary, but it's kind of a good thing to maybe get on turn 4 against control. Sounds okay. You won't be attacking with it because it doesn't work against cards like Wandering Emperor, but still good enough. Either way, that is all I have to say about this deck. Check out the games. This deck is really fun when it works. And honestly, I think it is better than I originally thought it was. So yeah, anyways, I'll leave you with that. Alright. I think mulliganing is really bad in this deck too. Because you really need every single spell for looting purposes. I'm probably just modern aging next turn. Yeah, probably. They might be able to destroy it though. What? Oh no. Oh, we're dead. if this is, oh, I thought it was blue white tempo. Okay, if it's Esper, it's fine. Actually, it might not be fine. I don't know. Depends what they're playing. Okay. So multiverse next turn into maybe Unraveler multiverse again. I mean, again, if you're lucky, and the thing is, you might not even have to get that lucky for you to get multiple copies of cards that you need. Ouch. Isn't it better for me to do this so I have more evidence? Here we go. I would Unraveler because Siege. Wait, I'm not following. Wait, give me a second. Let me do what I'm doing here, and then you can mention that. I'll read it again and try to figure out what you mean by that. You want me to Unraveler now? So you wanted to Unraveler instead of casting Breach? I don't think I could. I have done that. Actually, maybe. Wait, let me do this. Oh, well, let's, I'm just, yeah, I should just grab Thalia here. I still don't know what's the correct play between this and this. I think it's just this. It's breach, then reenact? Yeah. Probably, yeah. Does this work? Time to test it. I mean, I got it, so I might as well test it. Wait. Doorkeeper main deck, no. They're dead, right? I need to cast it 3 more times. This is loop, yeah. I got lucky I got the scab. Again, if you mill the scab with the breach, it's insane, but... So there's actually... Wait. Wait, no, I would be... How do I get the next breach off after I reenact? I can't, right? Then we're done after that. Or no. I had to actually grab a Atraxa there. And then get lucky, find either the last breach or reenact, and then I could finish it. Otherwise, it's not. Oh, you can infinite loop the scab. Okay, my bad. My bad. I thought the scab was like a one-time thing and then it's done. Wait, no. Wait, you can't infinite loop the scab. How do you infinite loop the scab? Wait, isn't breach only the cards that are milled? Oh no, that's choose any card. Okay, my bad. What was I thinking of that has the clause only milled this way? Yeah, this is anything. So yeah, obviously, yeah. Okay. So for some reason, something's in my head here about like the only this way thing. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what card it is. But yeah, you're right. I would have gotten the infinite. Okay, now I get the value of the scab. I always, for some reason, I was not looking at it correctly. I thought it was only the cards that are milled from the breach could come back onto the battlefield. But it's anything. So now one scab makes infinite sense. 2 is too much, I would agree. But now the card's value went way up now that I actually see the light here. Itali? No, it's not Itali. I don't know what it is. Who cares? It's something. I don't know what it is. It's not Bramble Familiar either. How do you sideboard this, Oki? Probably not gaze. The only thing I feel like I could cut is freaking Unraveler, but... Okay, screw it. It's too late. I don't know. Wait, no. Okay, that was a disastrous sideboarding. I was too busy yapping. Okay, just, it's fine. We'll win game 3. I'm losing this one. What I had to do was somehow board in the cut downs and also board in 3 path, probably. But how do you... Where are the cuts? Door, gaze, and modern age. So you'd cut pretty much all the setup. I don't know about that. Doesn't that mean you have to get luckier to find the things that loot? Otherwise your deck is useless? Oh, trim, okay. Oh, I'm already dead, so... Okay, we're giga dead. That's probably worst case. So yeah, I needed cut down, but whatever. I might just concede so we can move to game 3. 10 is usually fine. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. 10. We want 10. Wait, but if I cut Modern Age, that would... No, that's doable. I think you can cut... You can probably cut one Atraxa, right? No? And like one Unraveler, maybe? Alright, just get me out of here. Okay. I don't think you cut Gaze, because if I don't find land, I lose. But I can see cutting Door, and then one Age, probably. I think Atraxa is like... Again, all the payoff cards, I think you need less of them if your opponent's trying to disrupt you. If your opponent's trying to disrupt you, you don't want to be stuck with a bunch of payoff. Once you resolve one thing, usually you're stable against those decks, like Esper. So I think cutting the payoffs is fine. Kaito... I guess Door is better than Kaito. Yeah, I think Door is better than Kaito, yeah. Maybe. I think Modern Age better. Actually, can't I just cut the scab here? Because the looping against Esper doesn't seem that good. They kind of lose once I resolve one multiverse. I think that's correct as well. It's probably something like this. Consistent early game, all my interaction, and then just less payoff. A little bit less payoff. Maybe even... No, I probably keep this. Yeah, they kind of lose once I resolve the stuff. In fact, maybe Atraxa is better than Unraveler for that specific situation where I resolve something. I can probably beat them on card advantage. I have sweepers. Yeah, it's probably this. Ideally, it'd be 3-3, I think. Or even maybe Jin, honestly. No, I don't know. If I trim payoff, do I run out of evidence? Well, that's what I'm saying. I think you can probably get away with cutting Unraveler. But how much? Maybe this. I feel like it's wrong to cut Gaze, but I'm gonna try it. I think keeping 6-7 drops is probably where you want to be at. Alright, no need for Breach. And now I have to get lucky here, but at least I have the lands. Perfect. We're good. We're good to go. Collector's Vault. No. What? We're not good. And what the hell? Okay, whatever. It's pretty unlucky, but I can't beat this. Okay, I definitely can't beat that. Wait, path? Path? Smudge. Alright, I mean, yeah, they have probably like 2 Pierce. They had an opening hand with untapped blue into exactly what they need, so that's okay. At least we got one combo off. I didn't even complete it, but still. Wait. Wait. Well, how are we... I can't win without Collector's Vault. Wait, Otherworldly Gaze into RNG. I think cutting the looters has to be wrong. I mean, it's probably... Wait. Land? Untapped? They probably have counter. Always. I need the land, though. I might have to hardcast this, so... Gotta be that. Gotta be Atraxa. So if they have okay, wait, last card. That if they have Urtai, they actually have the nuts. So let's hope they don't have it. Surely they won't have it. I'm also dying, which is not good. Okay. Wait. Hold. Wait, what's correct here? I think it's this. More evidence. Here we go. RNG. I kept a few Sphinxes, so I mean I cut one, so should be okay. Worst case Atraxa. Worst case nothing, I guess. No. Okay. Evidence is probably good to go. No, they get the bat. Yes, that's the best thing. What the? What the? Wait. I can just do. I don't know how I won that. They just ran out of gas somehow. The Path of Peril is too strong. Can I win though? Because like I don't have the scab, right? So alright, at least I resolved that. It should be enough. And then Rafine, I guess? No, it's not Rafine. Well, I mean I would just get a board of like Sphinx and Sphinx and then their own spells. I would not take Rafine because I don't want to connive. But I would not be able to get the infinite reach. So maybe you're supposed to keep the scab in? It's so hard. Yeah, I guess you'd probably keep the scab in. No, but I win anyways? Okay, how do I lose that? I don't lose, right? I just have 2 Sphinx, 1 Atraxa, and 3 of their creatures, and then I just attack and they die, right? I don't think I need to mill them out. How did I win? I don't know. Like winning from that position is so low percentage. Like it's almost impossible. They had spell pierce into Thalia, into Denic. But to be fair, I think they misplayed. If they sequence the Denic after I sweep, I kind of can't win, right? So that was on them. I think they had the Thalia and the Skrelv, and then they play the Rafine. That's probably enough. I don't think they needed to play Denic. So because they played the Denic, it opened up that one opportunity where, realistically, if I'm playing against somebody who played perfectly, I probably would have lost that game. Yeah, against control, you would want to instant full mill, which is also a reason why I think this version of the deck is maybe not as good. But this version is better, I think, against mid range. No, the infinite mill is probably better against mid range. This is better against aggro then, if I had to guess. I don't know how to play this deck. I'm gonna be honest. This is a first time experience for me. I think this is gonna be a pretty high learning curve deck. So theoretically, I would want to beseech into. So I'd want to mill. No, I want to discard this. Beseech into reenact the crime. Get the multiverse from the graveyard. Cast it. And then I guess it'll be Atraxa most of the time, I think. So that's only things that are discarded this turn. Okay, that's that's not good. For the reenact, right? Does that mean I have to play Kaito? I think so. What's the point in this collector's vault? It seems like I just can't really do that much. So I also need land. Make treasure? Why would I make treasure? Oh, I maybe for this. Yeah, but then I can't. I wouldn't be able to discard this. I need to play this, otherwise I can't discard it. Which also means I need to find an untapped black source, which is not gonna happen, I think. I should just dig for it. It's gonna be hard, but most of my black sources are tapped, right? Okay, I have the combo. I can go infinite with this. Now I just need the black source. But I'm not gonna get it, I think. Most of it is tapped. Yeah, I have 10 lands that are tapped. And I might just die next turn. No, I won't die next turn. But I have to win. The turn after this I have to win. Yeah, I didn't get it. Okay. And my Kaito's gonna die. So I guess the only out is me finding untapped black source, right? Treasure would have won. How? Make treasure. Make treasure again? Does that work? Oh yeah, that was good then. Okay. I didn't think about that. I could probably do that then. Still. I could just... Yeah, I could just do that and just do it next turn. Let me do this first. Okay, I can still potentially win here, but it's still... Yeah, it's way worse than doing it last turn. Sphinx is good to reanimate if you have breach or attracts in it. Yeah, I know, I know. Oh. Oh, I thought that was Thalia. I was like, it's over. Thalia. Still not a good spot though. Is there a point in casting this? What would I even want in my hand in this turn? I guess, I don't know. Do I keep the land? Is that ever something I'd want? Or just fill my graveyard? I don't know how to play this deck. Okay. Okay. I mean, I should still activate the vault here. Reenact. Or, yeah, no, it has to be reenact. Reenact. Breach, Sphinx. Well, I have to get lucky and mill Sphinx, I guess, but... Okay, well, I guess I wasn't getting it anyways. I do have 4 Sphinx, by the way. Hasty attract. Wait, hasty attracts. I can do that. Oh yeah, there is this. Huh. I didn't even consider that. I was looking at the removal spell, but you're right. That was probably wrong. That was probably wrong. Yeah. I mean, do I even want that in my hand? Probably not, right? Probably cheaper spells, better. Oh wait. Wait, I'm screwed now. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm done. I did Sphinx. Can I? That was brutal. I think I have to block the. Yeah, Trex has lifelink. I'm just like, I don't think I can do that, right? I guess I could if I block with this. Maybe this is fine. 7. Oh. I did not play that correctly, but I also got really unlucky not finding the Sphinx. But it's a learning curve. It's gonna take a minute. I guess, yeah, again, for me, the main aspect of this deck should just be the fact that you get turn 4 Atraxa. I think that's really appealing. The whole infinite loop nonsense, I think, is fluff, but it might be fine. The key thing to look out for here is, can this deck function, without having as many cards that try to go for the infinite? Like, I think the Sphinx, how many copies of that can you get away with, Instead of like maybe having like a sweeper main deck, like more sweepers, to make it more consistent against aggro, or do you just win anyways on turn 4? I don't know. I feel like Path of Peril main deck might be interesting. Yeah, Unraveler makes your spells free, but the payoff is you getting a 6/6 flyer. That's not that good. Like, it's fine. But I feel like having that one Path of Peril might, maybe you can make other room for it. I don't know if the cruelty is necessary. Like, there's a lot I don't know about this deck. It just feels a little bit weird. Because like this card for me is a card that wants to be doing broken things. And I don't think it's doing broken things if you're not going for the infinite loop. And in that case, you would need the scab, I think. If you have the scab, this makes a lot more sense. Because then you actually have a lot more of a consistent avenue to just win on turn 4, right? But I don't think you're going to be doing it with this deck very often, unless you get lucky as hell. How do you sideboard? What? Okay, this can go probably. This is another thing I have zero clue, like how you're sideboarding this deck. Does anybody know? Yeah, no, it's not gonna be a bad card. I'm just thinking about, like, is it necessary to have, like, 4 copies? Because if it's in your hand, it's not doing that much, right? Okay, I lose here. I don't know what to do. Screw it. I don't know. Does anybody have like a sideboard guide for this deck? It's so like I've never, all the combo decks, I feel like if you don't know what you're doing, it's just like cut gaze. Can you really cut gaze if you're playing 23 lands and you need to make it to 4 mana? I don't know. The Squirming deck? What is that? Squirming Emergence? What is that deck again? I mean, what does that card do? Does that use cards from your graveyard as well? Playing a 1/2 here does not seem very impactful. Squirming, 1 black green. Oh yeah, it's the yeah. It's the one that uses self mill to reanimate on turn 3. Yeah, I thought about that one too. We can test that one as well. I don't know which one's better. So is that instead of reenact the crime? Alright, if I'm not dead here, I can go for it. Reenact is better. Instant speed. Instant speed is irrelevant. You use it sorcery speed. Unless you're against control, I guess. Well, against control, they'll have the mana up anyways. Almost at all times. They don't tap out, so... Can I win here? I don't think so. What do I cast first? I think it's this. Double gaze. No, I have to activate. Volts. I need land, right? Yes, I need land. So what am I doing? Beseech? Wait. Wait, don't I just lose here because I don't have the... I don't have reach. And I don't have Sphinx either. Doesn't that mean I just lose? Or do I just cast this? I think I have to cast. I think I'm dead, right? I can't tutor for anything in this spot. Doesn't I know it doesn't kill Knight, but it's better than guaranteed dying, right? But wouldn't I need the land as well? This is impossible, I think. I don't see how we get out of here. I could cast Atraxa, but it's not enough. Am I able to reenact crime on Cleave? No, no, no. Wait, what? Wait, no? No, I don't think so. That would be interesting. But I don't think so. Path and cast Vohar. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. I could have cast that too. But no, that doesn't really help me. Because I need the extra mana. No, no, I have... The only out here I have is them having absolutely nothing, right? Because I need to get the treasure for next turn as well. So it's either they have it now or I win next turn, maybe. Maybe I need to dig further. Yeah, but again, if I dig further with what, like, it's one card further, it doesn't... At least I'm guaranteed to live potentially. Like, the gamble on living with Path of Peril is reasonable, I think. On average, like, they might have the kill, but it's better than gambling on a one extra card, right? So now I have to do this again, yeah. I need the treasure, right? Wait, do I need the treasure? Yeah, well, I'm gonna need treasure, okay. Yeah, I didn't die. It was correct. I don't need two reenacts. In fact, I don't need this, probably. Does this do anything for me, ever? Beseech over just keeping the reenacts? I feel like it's better to keep the reenacts. Maybe not, I don't know. This deck is hard to play. I don't know what I'm doing. I can cast Atraxa here. And I should. So maybe I did need to keep the reenact? I don't know. I don't think there's a difference. Their hand is obviously not optimal here, right? If that was their only play. But they do have the look at top 4, right? That could be scary if they find the removal spell. I think that's fine. Unless they have... No, it might not be fine. I might be dead here. Oh, it cast a copy. Okay. Draw 5 seems good. Yeah, draw 5 if I'm dead is not very good, though. I'm probably dead. Yeah, it finds creature, but Cathar is a creature. Yeah, I'm not dead. They didn't have it. They didn't have it. That's not great for me, though. That's a lot of power. And I still don't have Breach. Wait, are you telling me I still don't have Breach? Which is like, if you don't find Breach, this deck is so much worse. I don't know why they conceded there. Oh wait, no. I think I had a guaranteed way to win there. I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 2, 3. 4 guaranteed pretty much. So I could have besieged for the sweeper.